Chapter 4. A Fair Start. The name of the coachman was John Manley. He had a wife and a little child. They lived in a cottage very near the stables. One morning, on my master's instructions, John took me out for a ride. He rode slowly at first, then trotted, cantered, and finally galloped. When we came back to the park, we met the squire and Miss Gordon walking. John jumped off and began to talk to them. "Well, John, how does he go?" asked the squire. "First rate, sir," answered John. "He is as fast and quick as a deer and has a fine spirit, too. Yet he is easily guided by the rein." "That's good," said the squire. "I will try him myself tomorrow." The next day, my master took me out. I found he was a very good rider and thoughtful of his horse. When we came home, the lady was at the door. "Well, my dear," she said, "how do you like him?" "He is exactly what John said," he replied. "What shall we call him?" "He is really quite a beauty, and he has such a sweet face," she said thoughtfully. "What do you say to calling him Black Beauty?" "Yes, I think that's a fine name," he answered. "If you like, that shall be his name." When John took me back to the stable, he told James about my name. John seemed very proud of me. He brushed me until I was glossy and talked to me all the time. James Howard, the stable boy, was just as gentle. I grew very fond of John and James. I became very good friends with Merrylegs. I got along with Ginger, who often shared the work with me in pulling the carriage. There were also two horses named Justice and Sir Oliver, who stood in another stable. Justice and I talked whenever we got the chance. I was very happy in my new place, but I missed my freedom. Now, week after week, month after month, and probably year after year, I would have to stand up in the stable night and day, waiting until I was wanted. Then I would have to be steady and quiet, wearing straps here and there, a bit in my mouth, and blinkers over my eyes. I knew this was the way it had to be, but I had so much spirit that I wanted to fling back my head and gallop away at full speed. Sometimes I must have shaken John up with my jumping, dancing, and prancing around, but he was always good and patient. "Steady, steady, my boy," he would say. "We'll soon have a good ride." He would take me out for a few miles of trotting and bring me back fresh and ready. Spirited horses are often called skittish, when really they are only full of play. They needed exercise, but some grooms will punish them instead.